Man, it's hard to get up nowadays. Alright. Alright. Just send out the black signal. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take a breath and drink some water. Take a breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Man. Now grab your glass for that water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Man, listen. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Oh, family, move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Now move your body, drink some water. Raise and pour your water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ass. Breathe, live, move, toast. Your family listening to stay healthy, remember. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink heavyweight ounces. Move your body on a regular basis. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors, break down, and drink up. Man, what's up, shorty? It was the longest drink of water I have ever had. Family, listen, man, listen. So, now y'all know I try to do my evening show. So, and what's going on is that I'm trying to wait till 9 o'clock. But if I get here too early, I can't wait till 9 o'clock. So, My show will be going down somewhere between 7 and 9 p.m. I will be sending out a link to let people know that I am up, but I'm no longer waiting. When I get home, right, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to make sure stuff is ready for my kids, and then I'm going to try to get the show popping off, because last night I got home a little after 8, maybe a little before 8, I don't remember. Yeah, a little before 8. Sat outside, talked with one of my older sons last night, and came in the house. Said they only got a couple minutes for the show. Next thing I woke up, it was 10:30. I was like, shit. So I'm just gonna start doing the show, so I don't have to wait. So that we gonna get it out the way. I get my other stuff out the way that I need to get out the way soon after I get off the show, unless it's going good and stuff like that. So we're gonna start doing our evening shows. But I'm not going to wait till 9 p.m. no more. I can't do it. I can't do it because if I keep on waiting till 9 p.m., we won't have a show. So, family, now, let's go and look at the news. We got to see some of the stuff that's popping off in the news. All right, first I want to thank all those for joining me. I want to remind you are now joining us in the Congregation of the Mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim, and this is a Heart of Sin production. And right now, you are listening to the Daily Toast. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Now to the news. Let's see. I posted some stuff. Loud and wrong. Some rebuttals to the latest ADOS smears. This is Paul Sowers. All right, so we're going to check that out. Secretive energy startup backed by Bill Gates achieves solar breakthrough. Now, Bill Gates and a couple other billionaires backed this solar project where they are able to produce heats that go above 1,000 degrees, which means that now they can start melting metal and doing different things like that, because they wasn't able to do that with the sun before. But now they're going to be able to produce temperatures that are going to be able to compete with some of these companies that's melting steel or creating cement for concrete and stuff like that. So we might be seeing some changes real soon. Let me see if is that all the news? Mr. Little Tie is not out right now. But let's go and read some of these from Paul Sowers. I know some people are going to get mad because I'm reading Paul Sowers, but it is what the fuck it is. All right. ADOS is an organization that's campaigning for reparations. False. Or at very least imprecise and breathtakingly reductive. ADO is not an organization. It's a burgeoning political movement made up of specific groups of American citizens who've been self-identifying around what is easily the most consequential factor of their personhood, namely that their lineage is rooted in an American institutional chattel slavery, a practice which not only sought to deny those enslaved individuals any personhood in the first place, but which, because of the transgenerational nature of its economic injustice, has effectively ensured that same negation of humanity be extended and conferred upon their descendants. Now, he got some more in there. You can read it for yourself. Number 2, there's evidence that ADOS is advancing a right-wing agenda. And while it calls itself progressive, it pushes pro-Trump, anti-immigrant views. There is evidence that ADOS is advancing a black agenda. That is, an agenda specifically drawn up with the aim of avoiding precisely those pitfalls involved in doing partisan-oriented politics that lumps together disparate and, in the case of ADOS, often competing interests which have traditionally tended to appropriate the black struggle for its moral values and leave off the need to provide the group with tangible results in exchange for their ballot punch. The ADOS agenda is a response to the failures of that motto and non-cooperative advocacy, and a clarion call to instead foreground a particular set of issues that are most relevant to the community and its uplift. And insofar as one of the most salient aspects of ADOS life is the steadily depressed rates of participation in the labor market since the advent of liberal immigration policy, it stands to reason that the group will support legislation that helps reverse that trend. The fact that ADOS gets attributed to its same base prejudices and needless bigotry that actually does characterize a particularly anti-immigrant attitude on the right, when in fact the movement has consistently presented a far more nuanced and rational argument supported by evidence that shows a correlation between the prospects for working class blacks and immigration, and has staked out its position exclusively on those grounds, reveals nothing so much as the startling inability in our immigration discourse to accommodate dissent and observably illiberal state of affairs in the left, wherein adopting anything less than an explicitly pro-immigration stance is reflexively perceived as being xenophobic. Wow. That's some good-ass writing. Confusing, but goddamn. All right, so that's number 2. Y'all gonna finish that one, where they going against smashing how we are pro-Trump, right-wing, and anti-immigrant. Let's see number 3. ADOS attacks other supporters of reparations apparently for the benefit of the Republican politicians. Goddamn. ADOS is understandably vexed and offended by other supporters of reparations, who demand that the group uncritically support politicians who themselves do not support reparations, or whom, insofar as certain politicians do, endorse reparations. Nonetheless, evince a thoroughly misguided understanding of what the words need to mean in order to effect meaningful justice for American descendants of slavery. Reparations for ADOS is not a soundbite, and being a committed pro-reparation advocate means more than writing 2 rap lyrics about it over the course of 7 years. For ADOS, it is a central organizing principle in their 11th hour effort to be made whole and participate in a recognizably normal manner in the political, economic, and civic processes of the country that was built off the depth of their labor. It is their Hail Mary path, and the fact that it has to come down to a Hail Mary path for black Americans in the year 2019 is such a fucking monumental failure of justice that it's no wonder they respond with outrage when they're chided with some fox sage political counsel that recommends restraint, prudence, and a willingness. Hey man, I hope you're using bleach.
Yeah, I'll use that for the black people.
Alright. And willingness to postpone this real life here, Gye-Nyame journey. And postpone their demand to receive redress. ADOS, like nothing before it, provides the group with such a truly empowering and necessary thing, not only a political but existential anchoring through which they can pursue justice with the same singleness of aim and purpose with which injustice has for centuries now been done to them. So pardon the group for not running hangdog back to the Democratic Party where, if history is any indication, they're being forsaken for a slew of other causes, all while being told to surrender their vote without complaint for their own good. It's a fait accompli. That's the alternative to ADOS not doing self-interested politics in 2019. And so it is really any wonder that the specter of 4 more years of Trump's fails to sufficiently persuade them to fold on what they rightly understand is the group's only recourse to gain some footing in the contemporary U.S. Maybe that conviction and determination is better understood less as a matter of them carrying water for the conservatives and more as the dawning consciousness of the Democrats being essentially a placebo party for ADOS, a trap nest that for the past half century has observably chosen to commit to paying not reparations to ADOS, but only the most patronizing lip service to their suffering. Damn. ADOS has been promoted on Twitter by right-wing bigot Ann Coulter. You can read that one for yourself. 5. There's evidence that white supremacists has jumped on board with ADOS and that 4chan posters may be using the movement to show division. The evidence posted was from a user with a Canadian flag icon, and whoever the person is doesn't even know what the initials of the movement stand for. Go home, Media Matters. This is evidence you're drunk. Alright, so he also has, this is Paul Sauer's blog. Go and check it out if you want to. It's up on Gye-Nyame Journey. Pretty good writing. Let's see who else in the chat. Alright, let's keep it moving. Alright, so let's go and do this toast. I'm gonna get up out of here. Iron these girls' clothes. My son too big to get his clothes ironed, I guess. You know, he just feel wrinkles on his style or something. I don't know what's going on with this. These generations are just forsaking the iron. I don't understand it. But this is a mixture between the tea, honey, and just a little bit of ambrosia left. I'm going to throw that bottle away, I promise. All right. Let's see. All right. That ambrosia is in there eating up that honey, though. So, first, giving honor to the creator, by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that creator, and we say, that's right, I say. From there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. Raise up the glass. You ain't got to keep it held up because it's a long list. Miles Brown, Mizan, Robert Tex, Sandy Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilley, Jordan William, Walter, Christopher Fanning, Gaston, Eileen, Chris, Alfine, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Walsh Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twigs, Walsh Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pat Ma, Rob Malika Pacor, Dr. Marion Williams, Kojo Kamara, the Farmer Elder, Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Kyle R. Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullen, Alexa Brett, Ms. Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jennifer Foster, Charles Jordan, Kill Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Lorella Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Rev. James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sir Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Reese Clay, Mel Hodge Jr., Holman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburgh, B.D. Selwell, Vita Farmer, Argoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Evelyn Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dixon, T.C. Islam, Drill Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Allie Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Trish Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slim E. Sullivan Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Harry Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Martha Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Elder Amateur Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Freckle Russell and Davis, Red Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dean Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West. We're started. Hold on. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. See you out there, my friend. Great Ujima to you as well. Another grandniece. Got another grandniece. Who hit the planet? Maybe we'll see her. I have to go out there. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see, so I want to make sure I'm getting the messages off. Not being able to get through via YouTube and keep running into a roadblock via G&J Media. A roadblock. We're going to talk about that, my friend, because I'm sitting up here. I don't know. Maybe I'm being blocked because, I can't stream on straight through Streamlabs. I don't know. So, it's all good. I'm not, I ain't going to say I ain't mad because I'm paying for that shit, but I'm really, really frustrated at this point in time. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji, Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Ines Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanabay, Wilson Hadley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Mill Wilbur, Longmire, Eddie Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Liam Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Elon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes. It's a legal document that I can't seem to get through. Don't know who else might be experiencing a legal document. All right. Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as, Uncle Buki, or Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, dealing with an agreement with Spreaker. Who is? You are? Oh my God. Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Troy, Frank Smith, Mother Brother Michael Leonard, Dave Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jeffs, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, I'm Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Willen and Bob Hatch, Kim Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, and Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housing Hashtag, Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Helston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erliton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls here in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bat Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee, Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. All right, we raise up our glass. We also had those in our black book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundall, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McKill, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott, Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stace Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Manga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Joanna, Deshandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan, Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Justice Carl White, Jesse Woods, T-Lar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall. Man, I know you ain't used up all that soap detergent.
No.
Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. We raise our glass to all of our ancestors. Let's see, Brother Kwame's having, they giving Hot Kwame hell this morning. All right, he says, now, is this on Spreaker or is this on my live? Dealing with agreement with Spreaker. That's the doc I keep encountering, an agreement that I can neither agree or disagree with, but can't listen until I get past it. Just some crazy stuff. And I don't know why I can't find you on YouTube either, because it seems to be the simplest venue to listen to you. But last 2 days, you haven't come online. And I'm subscribed. Oh. Well, salute. There, I got some opposition. All right, so I'm doing something right. Damn. All right. So, family, raise up our glass. Right now, we move to the present moment. We're going to lift up our glass. We're going to toast this moment. We are on Ujima, family. Look, take your time. Activate your reticular formation. Go out and seek out Ujima. For those that don't speak the language, Ujima means collective working responsibility. We're going to give all those Ujima babies a round of applause. Right. Once again, for those that don't speak the language, Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Righteousness, the mind principle. In the M7, or the principal system we developed for schools, we use the word respect. The color is blue. Vibration is the Hermetic law. Male name is Kwaku. Female name is Akua. Agreement stuff was via gmjmedia.live. Alright. So I have to go and look at it's just getting ridiculous now. We raise up our glass and we salute this present moment, the power of this moment. We salute and we say, I say. From there, family, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity. I want to thank my children in advance, right? We toast our children in advance. Can't wait to see what magic they bring to this world. We raise our glass and we say, I say. From there, family, we move to all of our relations. We raise our toast and we salute all of our relations. From all of our relations, family, where do we go? Here we go, family. Y'all ready? We go to that selfish toast. All right? What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? Raise that glass. We say a shake from their family. Raise up a glass and we salute. You ready? The most spectacular, the most marvelous, the most outstanding, uplifting, wise, and the bravest person in the room. I raise my glass to you. Raise my glass to you. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. And we say Gye-Nyame can end. Like I said, we'll get back on the evening broadcast, but I'm not going to be able to keep it at 9 p.m. I'm going to have to do something else because this is wearing me out, trying to stay up. Shit, I lose more sleep trying to stay up. So, all right, we raise the glass. Let's go and taste it. Let's see. I smell the process going on. That's all right. That's all right. Now, this is not the ambrosia. This is basically green tea and honey mixed with some older ambrosia, right? So the older ambrosia is getting a new leaf on life, or a new lease on life. It's all right. Let it sit for a couple of days, see what it do. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm out. Y'all gonna have a great morning. Peace.